You were told, work hard and you'll be fine. You believed it. So you worked harder, longer hours, more pressure, less rest, and somehow you still feel one bad expense away from panic. That's not normal, and it's not an accident. Want proof? If you have more than $47 in your account right now, congratulations. You're richer than 41% of everyone your age. But here's the part that should absolutely terrify you. You're working harder than your parents ever did. You've got the degree they said would open doors, you're side hustling, skipping meals, saying no to friends, avoiding the doctor because you literally can't afford the copay. And you still can't afford a one-bedroom apartment in the city where you work. Not because you're lazy, not because you're bad with money, but because the entire system changed, and nobody told you the new rules. Listen to me very carefully. My name is Alex. This is a brand new channel. And before I show you what they're hiding from you, I need you to do something right now. Hit that subscribe button. Because what I'm about to share with you, the financial industry does not want you to know this. They make billions keeping you confused, scared, and broke. I built this channel for one reason, to translate their BS into language we can actually use. No jargon. No, just stop buying coffee garbage. No talking down to you. Real strategies for real people starting from absolute zero. If you want to stop being broke, scared, and exhausted, now let me tell you what they're not telling you. They say you're bad with money. They say you spend too much on luxuries. They say you're entitled. But here's what they don't tell you. Your parents bought a house in 1985 for $80,000. Today, that same house costs $1.2 million. Their starting salary, $35,000. Yours, adjusted for inflation, $38,000. Do the math. It's literally impossible. They needed one income to own a home, raise kids, and retire comfortably. You need two incomes just to rent a studio apartment and eat. The average person your age has $94,000 in debt, not just student loans, total debt, medical bills, car payments. That's higher than any generation before you. 1 million more young people are living with their parents than before the pandemic. Not because you're lazy, because rent costs 60% of your paycheck and you can't save for a deposit when you're choosing between groceries and gas. Let me tell you what nobody's talking about. The stuff they don't put in the news. 36% of people your age are working multiple jobs, not for extra money, for survival, just to keep the lights on, just to eat. And 47% have 1 hour or less of free time per day. Let that sink in. 1 hour. After work, commute, errands, trying to exist, you get 1 hour to actually live, to be human. You know what people are doing to save money? Cutting their own hair, doing laundry in the bathtub, taking 2-minute showers, turning off the heat in winter and just wearing more layers. This is America. In 2026, 41% of people your age run out of money every single month. 25% have gone more than a week without being able to afford essentials, food, rent, medicine, and they wonder why 63% say work performance is suffering. You can't focus on spreadsheets when you're wondering how you'll eat tomorrow. If you're watching this and you felt that in your chest, if you've been that person, you're not alone. You're not failing. The game is rigged, and it's time to stop playing by their rules. But here's what they don't want you to know. Here's what keeps them up at night. You are not helpless. See, they need you to feel hopeless because hopeless people don't ask questions. Hopeless people don't demand change. Hopeless people stay broke and keep making them rich. But you're here. You're learning, and that makes you dangerous to their system. So let me give you what they'll never give you. The truth about how to fight back. Forget everything they taught you about money. Here are the real rules for 2026. Weapon number 1, the invisible wealth builder. Stop trying to save $500. That's their game and you'll lose. Instead, every single Friday, transfer exactly $5 to a high-yield savings account. Not $50, not $100. $5. One less coffee. One less streaming charge you don't use. Whatever. In 52 weeks, that's $260. In 5 years with compound interest, over $1,400. In 10 years, over $3,000. But here's the real power. You're building the habit of wealth without the pain of deprivation. Your brain doesn't fight $5, but it will fight $500. Weapon number 2, the $10 revolution. They want you to believe investing requires thousands. It doesn't. Open a Roth IRA with Fidelity or Vanguard. No minimum to open. Start with $10. Not because $10 will make you rich, but because it shifts your identity from consumer to investor. Buy a low-cost total market index fund like VTI. Now you own Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, 3,000 plus companies. You stop betting on one stock. You own the entire economy. This is not about returns. This is about building the habit of ownership. $10 proves you don't need permission. You just need action. Weapon 3, 24-hour immunity. You know what's keeping you broke? Not coffee, not avocado toast. It's the random 30 here, 50 there that you don't even remember buying. New rule: any non-essential purchase over $20, screenshot it, wait 24 hours. If you still want it tomorrow, buy it. 70% of the time, you won't. That's 200 to 300 saved per month without feeling deprived. Weapon 4, invisible income. You've got skills they need, you just don't see it yet. Can you write emails, edit photos, manage social media, tutor kids, walk dogs? Fiverr, Upwork, TaskRabbit, Rover, one client for $100 a month. That's your groceries, that's gas. That's the difference between drowning and breathing. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. You probably won't retire at 65 like your grandparents. The system is rigged. The game is unfair. Your parents did have it easier, and most of them will never admit it, but you know what you have that they didn't? The entire world's knowledge in your pocket. The ability to start a business from your bedroom. The power to invest with $5 instead of $5,000. A generation of people just like you who are done being told we're lazy while we work 3 jobs. The game changed. That's terrifying. But it also means we get to write new rules. They want you scared, broke, too tired to fight back. But you're here. You're learning. You're taking action. That makes you more powerful than they'll ever admit. Okay, here's your reward for making it this far. You already know something most people don't. You're not broke because you're stupid. You're not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because the rules changed, quietly, and nobody explained the new ones. Today, you just learned how people with almost nothing start taking control again. Not motivation, not theory, real moves. So here's what you do next. Simple. Subscribe. Not later. Not maybe. Subscribe because this channel exists for one reason: to help you survive and win in the new game. Comment below which move you're starting with. $5, $10, one client. Action beats intention.